statement, and then we'll take questions for both Kenny Kaminsky and also John Simmons. And quick note, Mike Ashcraft from Ohio Communications is in the corner. If you need anything further from Mike, he's there to help as well. Coach?
Well, this group has been dealing with adversity since early January, and throughout the whole time what's been amazing is how they refuse to let losing a league MVP as an excuse. We lost a hard-fought battle tonight. I thought we made the plays to win it. Didn't go our way. We're not going to make an excuse. I don't think I've had a group that showed the resiliency and togetherness throughout this whole process. Every fiber of my being is proud of what they accomplished.
Go ahead and raise your hand for questions for both Kenny and also for Jerron.
Jerron, walk us through that last possession. You guys are down 2, need to score. What happened? Where did it go wrong on that last trip up the floor?
Man, they had a lot of guys surrounding me. They did a good job on defense, and I thought I had a little more time. And I tried to kick it out just because I wasn't open at all. And unfortunately, we just didn't get a shot up at the rim.
How do you internalize that? The missed free throw in that possession, how do you handle that personally in that kind of spot?
I mean, it's over. It's over now. It's nothing you can do to get it back. It's over. You got to move on.
Jerron, obviously a fantastic regular season for you. How tough is this loss for you, especially without playing with Tony and kind of all the things you did kind of in the second half of the season?
I mean, it's tough. It's tough to lose any game. It's tough to lose my seniors, my brothers, but you know, we're gonna keep our head up. We're gonna get back in the gym, get back in the weight room, get better, and we'll be playing on Saturday next year.
To our right.
Kenny, Doug Taylor gets that rebound, ball swings around, and they find you in the corner for the 3. Just talk about kind of what's going through your mind. Do you think then that you guys are going to advance?
Absolutely. I mean, I really thought there was a point in the game where I thought we were going to lose. Even when we're down there with 4 seconds left or whatever it was, I still thought I still believe we were going to win. But Doug came through with a huge play. Doug and Jason have stepped up huge this season. You couldn't have expected them to do what they did after we lost Tony. And the ball came around to me, and I happened to make a shot, but it wasn't enough today.
Jaron, during that last time out there with like 4 seconds to go when they scored, was that last play like designed to go to you to hit a 3-pointer?
I mean, it was just designed get down the court and make a play. If it was for me, if I was open, I would have shot it. If I could have got the ball to Kenny, he would have shot it. And if I got it to JD a little earlier, he would have shot it. So it was really just designed for me to get down there and try to make a play for my team to win.
Kenny, how impactful was the foul trouble with Jason Carter tonight, and what you guys wanted to do offensively and defensively? How was that all affected?
I mean, it hurt here and there, but at the same time, I mean, Doug stepped up and we fought all the way to the end. I mean, I couldn't be more proud of this group of guys and how we reacted to the adversity today. And personally, I thought the refs were horrible today. I thought there was a lot both ways. But at the end of the day, that's completely out of our control. And I couldn't be more proud of these guys because we were able to control what we could today, and we laid it all out there.
Kenny, how difficult is it? Jerron talks about next season and knowing that that's not happening for you.
It's a lot for me to take in right now. I don't know what my next 24 hours looks like at this point. I'm just focused on getting back to the hotel, getting off my feet, and just kind of depressing a little bit, and just letting everything sink in.
Well, Jerron and Kenny, we'll let you get back to the locker room. Thank you for your time, and we'll continue now with questions for Coach Phillips.
Can't suspend him now. He's a senior.
Coach, can you talk about Jaron in the sense of he had 1 assist tonight? Was he, from your perspective, do you think he was doing too much? Or
Jaron
trying
was
to do
making
much?
plays. He shot 50% from the floor. He's, third in the nation in assists. I don't question what Jaron does out there, ever. He's my point guard. Does he push it red line every once in a while? Absolutely. Are we anywhere near the spot to be in the game if he didn't do that? No.
So, same question I asked Kenny. How does not having Jason available for whatever reason impact you specifically tonight, offensively, defensively?
Well, it's certainly. That being said, how about the play Doug made on the offensive rebound late? I mean, Doug did a yeoman's job in there. All year long, both those guys, they're meant to be playing together. That's what they were recruited, how they were recruited. And, both NCAA tournaments that I've qualified for, my backup center was on the floor on the last possession of the game for whatever reason. So everybody has to be ready to go. Like I say, Doug, we made plays to win. Doug gets the rebound, kicks it out. Kenny hits the 3. We get a stop. Jaron draws a foul, knocks down 2 free throws. And at the end, Gavin got in terrific position. Didn't get the call. That's 2 nights in a row the games ended like that, where there's a lot of contact at the front of the rim. I had a good chance to look at the one last night. I know how I feel about that one, and I actually caught it on the monitor here, and I feel the same way about this one. It didn't go our way. And you know what? If life was fair, Tony wouldn't have broke his foot either. So start making excuses. No big deal. If you're men, you handle it. You move on. And like I say, I concern myself with, do our guys put themselves in position? Do they make the plays to win? I think we checked a lot of boxes there. Last play, they did a really good job of surrounding Jaron, and I probably put him in too tough of a position with 4.1 to go.
Another question. Jordan Dardis had 2 tough games shooting the ball. Anything you can put your finger on there in regards to his outside shot? One of the best shooters in the nation all year. Never found it the 2 nights in Cleveland.
Yeah, you'll never know on the timing. Did I play him too many minutes this year? Did it catch up to us? No one will ever scientifically be able to prove that one way or the other. I know this. The plan early on was not to play him as many minutes as I did this year, but the plan got shook up pretty good when a pin got placed in a foot. So we did what we had to do to survive. We are, again, I'll reiterate, Jordan Dardis put us in position where we could be playing tonight. How many times this year did he step up huge? And why the shot wasn't there for him, you know what? He's shooting about 50% from 3 since the injury. So, yeah, that's pretty heady stuff, and I won't parse 1 performance, 2 performances too hard.
Now, when you guys were tied with a minute to go, I believe it was, what did you tell your team? Like wasn't there a timeout with 50 seconds to go? What did you tell your team in that timeout?
Just keep battling with, we talked about sending a hard double at Jimmy Hall. I wanted anybody but Jimmy to beat us. We talked about, and let me put this as bluntly as I can. Jimmy Hall carried a team tonight. I mean, he was unbelievable with his passing, he impacted the game on so many levels that I'd be at a loss for words to put it in perspective.
The guys kind of talked about it, but can you just talk about Doug Taylor in the minutes that he provided off the bench today, doing a decent job on Jimmy Hall?
He did a great job all around. He was good on offense. He was good on defense. Rebounded the ball well. I have high expectations for Doug, and Doug's basketball-wise, he's only had about 5 full seasons of it in his life. His ceiling is very high, and he's a willing listener. We'll get him squared away. I can promise you that.
Coach, you talked about the hard doubles on Jimmy Hall. What did you think of your guys' execution out of those when he was making those passes and gave a couple of big threes?
Well, I thought they hit a couple that, we played them at their place earlier this year, and they shoot from 5 for 29 or something like that. So at the end of the day, it's up to me to pick our poison if Jimmy's getting going. I thought a couple of them, we got good rotations out of it. We actually had a pretty good hand up. The Zabo kid hit 2 huge threes. I mean, that's what it amounts to. We held the team to 68 points. Most of the year, that's good enough for us to win. And they hit timely threes, held them to 41% shooting. We needed to try to make them a perimeter shooting team. We got them to shoot 27 threes. 9 went in.
Coach, when you came in, you mentioned the team's resiliency. Is that what's going to stick out to you as you kind of look as a grand scheme of things, maybe an over-the-top view of this year's team?
Yeah, it's a little hard to take an over-the-top view from this podium right now. I know this, and some of you guys that have been around the team all year long, if you didn't concede that this group exceeded expectations after what we went through, then you just don't like me or the team. That's all there is to it.
Let's take one last one here.
Saul, you mentioned kind of life being unfair with Tony and all that. How unfair is it, especially with Kenny, just having having his game winner last night, having a terrific game tonight?
Yeah, Kenny's journey went through a lot of twists and turns while he was at Ohio University, and I've never seen more growth out of a human being as a person. No, he was never our leading scorer. No, he did, but he changed so dramatically. I thought it was very fitting that he went out the way he did this weekend. He made a lot of noise, and I'm extremely proud of him as a human being. Just as proud as I am of Tony for, after everything occurred, being a voice, not giving up on the team. I can honestly tell you, I don't know if I would have handled it as well as he did. To take your dreams that have just kind of crashed down around you, put them aside for the betterment of the team, and to work with guys. I mean, he was like having an extra coach. And, yeah, I'll throw Drew in there too. I mean, what a stud. A type of person that you want on your team, no matter what type of team it is, whether it's a sales team, whether it's whatever it is. I'm telling you, the kid wins life. He just wins life.
Thank you, Saul.
Thanks.